Here's what's coming up on today's programme.
ITV presenter Lissy Meacock has been appointed as the new Chancellor for the University of Salford.
Very excited about it, can't wait to get started, and I can't believe that I'm going to be the new Chancellor for Salford University.
A new thrift shop has opened in Salford Shopping Centre. Bare Necessities encourage locals to shop sustainably. Our reporter Keelan Hyam speaks to one of the musicians performing at the Sounds from the Other City this Sunday. The University of Salford has appointed Granada Reports presenter Lissy Meacock as their new Chancellor. Our reporter Niamh McDermott spoke with her about the new role.
Normal. Of course, the other big question tonight is how much will
each of those victims a tragedy for family and friends.
Oh, I certainly understand people's strength of feeling.
Have you ever had a sleepless night, though, about what's happening in Iraq?
Oh, of course.
It's the major event in the life for someone who's covered all the major events. Lissy Meacock is announced as the new Chancellor for the University of Salford. She'll be 7th to take the position, following people like the Duke of Edinburgh. So I'm going to head upstairs of the University of Salford building now to ITV Granada Reports to hear what she has to say about being Chancellor. And just like that, we're here. ITV Granada Reports. Well, thankfully, I have found Lucy now just upstairs, and thank you so much for letting me into the ITV studios. It's absolutely beautiful here.
Well, you're very welcome.
And a massive congratulations as well.
Oh, it's been a fantastic day. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about it. Can't wait to get started. And I can't believe that I'm going to be the new Chancellor for Salford University. Well, I'll have that great honour of handing over your degrees at the end of all of that hard work that you do, which is a fantastic role to play. I know what it's like to be in those graduation ceremonies, and you carry those memories with you for the rest of your lives.
On our bases in Liverpool, Manchester, Lancaster, Chester and London.
I love this part of the world. I've always loved it, and I remember the day like it was yesterday when I got my honorary doctorate. Quite brings a lump to my throat. It was a really special occasion, and people have put so much effort into it.
And Lucy, how does it feel knowing you're following people like the Duke of Edinburgh, for example?
Well, the Duke of Edinburgh is quite a tough act to follow, I dare say. And he did the role for a long time and was very dedicated to it and took a huge interest in what went on at the university. So I'd like to follow in his footsteps like that. And I think that's what's very exciting about the role as well. It isn't a sort of one person fits all. I think Salford's being quite brave with the different choices that it makes, and hopefully it makes it more interesting for students as well.
And Lucy, we've made the journey from the university up to ITV Granada Reports, and it's literally a stone throw away, and there's no wonder you've had such an amazing relationship with the university. I mean, do you ever look down at the students?
Yeah, you do. You look down there and you think there's going to be someone coming through there who's going to come and do my job one day, and that's brilliant, isn't it? It's really lovely to see that progression. But I am sorry that you had so far to travel to come to do this interview. You know, you must be exhausted.
And you announced it on Twitter, and the university announced it as well, and the interaction's been incredible. How does it feel just seeing all the comments?
It's quite overwhelming to see how much goodwill there is out there. And I was really touched by the number of people who got in touch to say congratulations. And I think that's largely because, obviously, I've worked at Media City for a long time, and Salford University is right in the heart of this area as well. So I suppose there's a lot of interest on both sides, and it's great that we'll be working together. I'm
Shall
delighted.
I start calling you my liege lady from now on?
Just Chancellor will do.
Chancellor, that works with me. See you
Bye.
later. Bye.
Today, local runners are gathering here in Media City to partake in a 5 or 10k run. Ben Rudd is down there now to give a rundown on this week's sporting events.
At 7 p.m. tonight, the first of Media City's monthly charity runs held by Run Through UK will be held. Runners will be able to choose between 5 kilometres or 10 kilometres as they pass through Media City's canals, the Imperial War Museum, and the BBC or ITV studios. Tour de Manche will also be passing through Salford this Saturday and will include over 2,500 riders who will all have to pay a £38 entry fee, which will go towards charities such as the Royal Manchester Children's Hospital charity, Hats and Seashell. The Classic Manche will include 9 boroughs, will travel over 100 miles and will travel over 7,000 feet. From Stockport to Bolton, the Tour de Manche will pass through the whole of Manchester, and the event says that they'll award riders for showing grit and determination.
Good luck to all the runners. If you have a passion for fashion and want to help protect the environment along the way, Bare Necessities is a place for you. The new thrift store in the Salford Shopping Centre has lots of branded clothing that can be your new wardrobe essentials. Emma White went down to see what it's like.
Research taken out by Earth.org has revealed that the fashion industry is the third largest polluting industry. It releases 10% of global greenhouse gas emissions, releasing 1.2 billion tonnes of carbon dioxide per year. Bare Necessities, which is a newly opened thrift store situated in Salford Shopping Centre, aims to popularise a more sustainable and eco-friendly way of buying your favourite clothes.
Bare Necessities was born this year in April, and we are essentially a new store in Salford based around ethical, sustainable fashion, and we are the cheapest in town.
So definitely like thrift shops and like things like this do help with the environment.
100%.
Helps combat fast fashion.
Yeah, fast fashion is the second biggest pollution problem in the world is fast fashion. I think that without having shops like this, people wouldn't be able to have the things that they actually need.
Not only does the store encourage the community to steer away from the fast fashion industry, it also gives back to the planet in another way.
With this company, anybody that does spend money with us, we also plant seeds as well. For every sale, that's made, we sow a seed, and that in a British forest, and that again it just creates a lot more oxygen. We're putting back into the
Ruben, a member of staff at the store, also spoke about how important shops like this are for the environment.
I like the environment, I like the type of clothing that they wear here, and I like the people that the customers that we got, because there's a lot of variety of people that come here.
Do you think the community needs more shops like this?
Of course it does, because it gives people who of more difficult backgrounds an opportunity to be able to wear brand stuff or just clothes that they enjoy, rather than just the scraps of what other people might leave around.
According to statistics from Greenpeace, over 300,000 clothes are burned or buried in landfills each year. Shops like Bare Necessities in Salford are on the path to combat this.
Chapel Street has gone from being a rundown area to the new up and coming, as businesses are recognising its potential. Polly Luscombe went to Chapel Street to speak to some business owners who have recognised the street as a new hit spot.
The ancient heart of Salford, but for many it's simply the gateway into the city of Manchester. Chapel Street is full of history, home of Salford Cathedral and the former Salford Royal Hospital. It was even the first street in the UK to be lit by gas back in 1806. Opening their doors this month is Cafe Procrastinated.
I've lived on the street for a decade, so I've seen how it's changed, and maybe 5 or 6 years ago this part of Manchester there wasn't really anything going on, whereas now it's really, there's a lot here, it's really up and coming.
Like many independent businesses in the area, the owners saw the potential for Chapel Street to become a community again.
A lot of people in the area told me they've been waiting for this kind of thing. Normally people have to travel into the city or to Northern Quarter, Ancoats, if they want to get something like this, whereas now it's on their doorstep.
The development on Chapel Street is part of Salford City Council's 20-year regeneration project called Salford Central Master Plan. It will include creating 11,000 new jobs and 849 new homes.
There's what was community, but it's just sort of been decimated over the years, and it had become a bit of a sort of wasteland, and you could see the potential for it to rise up.
In 2018, brothers Joe and Ben Wright took the leap to set up their restaurant on the street.
We're not hoping people don't open, we're hoping everyone opens, so that it comes around us and then it becomes a destination, and you can come to Bexley Square or to Chapel Street to start going out for dinner or going for drinks.
The street, known for its derelict buildings in the past years, may be starting to beat again. Polly Luscombe, Salford Now.
Salford City season comes to an end next week. However, they still have a chance of reaching the League 2 playoffs. Our reporter Kai Smith is at the Peninsula Stadium to give the lowdown of this week's features.
Salford City season comes down to the final 2 league games of this year's League 2 campaign. The Army sit 9th in the table, 4 points off the playoff positions, meaning that they must avoid defeat in their final home game on Monday against Mansfield Town. However, if Sutton also gain at least 1 point, then Salford will be out of the playoff picture. A win could see the Greater Manchester-based side just 1 point off of 7th before they face 21st place Stevenage away from home on the final day of the season.
Thanks for that, Kai. Over 140 artists will be performing at the Sounds from the Other City Festival this Sunday. Musicians will be playing at various venues in Salford, including the Old Pine Pot, St Philip's Church and the White Hotel.
One of the bands performing are Freds, an upcoming alternative rock band from Manchester. Guitarist George Robbins spoke to our reporter Caitlin Heim about the festival and their new experimental sound.
How are you feeling about playing at the Sounds from the Other City Festival this Sunday?
Yeah, I'm really excited because I've never been before, but all the other guys in Threads have, and they say how fun it is. And really, you know, I think they probably would have gone anyway if we weren't playing. But yeah, it's really exciting to do, and also we're a little bit nervous because we're going to be playing some new songs, and some of it's a little bit more experimental. And we know it's quite a good opportunity for people to get introduced to us, but overall I'm really excited about playing.
What has influenced this kind of musical shift and this new experimental sound?
So basically, Kane, our bass player and singer, he did literature at uni, and part of that was poetry, and he got asked the other day to perform some poetry live, but he didn't really want to do it just by himself. So he asked me and Sean being the other guitarist, to sort of do some sort of soundscaping in the background to his poetry, and it went down really well. So we've sort of incorporated a bit of that into our set now. It's a little bit more avant-garde, I suppose, but I mean, I'm hoping it's going to sound really good.
This festival helps people to discover new artists. How important are festivals like this for a band like yourselves who are trying to make a name for themselves in the industry?
Oh, they're like vital. It can be quite hard to get a foothold on such things, and you know, like Sounds, it has so many up and coming acts, rather than, I think it focuses on that rather than the big named ones that everyone knows. But I know that the whole attitude of the festival is going just stumble across stuff and discover new music. So I think, yeah, it's incredibly important that more festivals like this kind of exist, and it's great that it happens.
And you're performing at the Old Pint Pot at 4 p.m. this Sunday. What can people expect from your set?
Quite early in the day, so we won't be too drunk by that point. So hopefully it'll be a really good set. Yeah, it's going to be loud and quite noisy, but yeah, we've got a couple of new songs. We've recorded 2 of them, so they're going to be released soon, so that they'll be ones to watch out for. And yeah, if to anyone who's seen this before, it's going to be quite different to the usual stuff. But yeah, so make sure you get down. It'll be exciting.
I don't know about you, Hannah, but that sounds like a great way to spend your bank holiday weekend.
I think you're right. You know, I personally love Agate Musical Festival. I really do. However, I'm not very cultured in different bands and music. My favourite band is Take That. I can't lie.
But they are so good, like guilty pleasure. Like Gary Barlow was at the Lowry the other week.
I know. I was really sad I missed that.
I know.
Really, really sad. They have really good hits. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. I've been Hannah Patterson.
And I'm Mia Fitton. Goodbye.
Goodbye.